morning, I'm Lynn, and here's what's happening at Ewetopia Farms today.
That clipping job is not in style.
The other side had a pretty long plug, about that long. Always check the teats of your ewes.
So I'm a man, and I can learn.
We took the night feeding away from these guys. Here's the ravens.
Hey, what's for lunch?
Let's get started. Arnie says he's got a surprise for me in the barn, so we'll check that out first and foremost. He's waiting for us, and I brought you something so you can feed your pet ravens.
Thanks for lunch, honey.
It's for your pet ravens.
Oh, it's not for me?
It's for your pet ravens.
So the birds come first?
Pet ravens.
Yeah, he picks it up right away.
I know he does. It would be cool if we could throw it out and we actually caught him in the act of eating it.
So Lynn's going to be a little surprised now. Nope. That clipping job is not in style. I just thought I'd remove it. It'd be a lot cleaner at the back end. And not so much wool for the lambs to deal with. So Lynn will be surprised when she sees that. Come on, you guys. Come on, you guys. Oh. A lot easier to suck. Lynn says that this ewe had one block teat. I flipped her over and there was a lump in the teat and it come right out, and she has two good teeth now. And this is the little guy. I'm thinking he's not locking on, so we'll have to see if I can feed him. Yeah, I'm tempted just to take all the wool off for 1 second. That there just took me about 1 minute to do that. And just clean her up a little bit.
So today we're going to be removing a lot of barriers to making our life a little more difficult on the farm. So it's just little things. Like with her, as you can see, this is Arnie's surprise. He sheared off her back end so that the lambs could find the teats a little more easily. And she's the one who had a really bad birth with the ringworm. And you can see that her back end is a little swollen. So she's on antibiotics, and she's also having some Medicam, which reduces the swelling and the pain as well. So she should be okay. She's eating. Her lambs look pretty feisty, even that little teeny weeny one. It's really teeny weeny, and of course it's a male. The other two are actually pretty decent size. See, she knocked the little teeny weeny guy over. He tripped on the straw. So I'm gonna try get a teeny weeny on a bottle. He just took a little bit. Right now they're taking milk off her, but since he needs extra care because he's so small, I'm gonna choose him as the one I'm feeding, and I'm gonna help him up so she doesn't stand on him. So the barrier in this instance was her wall. Makes it easier for us to see what's going on. Makes it easier for the lambs. And I think Arnie's going to just shear her off later today, if he has time. Hi. There you go, buddy. You're doing a great job being so little. But she's got a nice udder and stuff. Oh, and there was a plug in there. You know how we... us and other sheep farmers, you'll see them grab the teat and pull down to see if they have milk. Pretty well everyone says she's got milk, she doesn't have milk, she has milk on one side, whatever. It's because we're just pulling the nipple, and when they naturally they have a little kind of waxy plug at the end of their nipple. It prevents bacteria getting into her udder. So there's always a seal there. And normally a lamb nursing on it will pull that seal off, but sometimes the seal is quite difficult to get out. So if you squeeze the top of the teat and pull down, the pressure just usually knocks it out so the lamb doesn't have to struggle with it. But in her case, when I checked her milk, one side was milking and the other side had a pretty long plug, about that long, and I squeezed and squeezed and squeezed and couldn't get it out. So Arnie came and we flipped her over and squeezed again, put a little more pressure on it, and it came out. So now she has milk on both sides. And that's why you should always check the teats of your ewes to see if that plug's gone and the milk is flowing. Because sometimes the lambs will latch on and they're so happy to have latched on that you think they're nursing, but actually they're getting nothing because there's a plug there. So always check.
Hey, buddy. Yeah. Buddy. Hey, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. No? Come on. This cat knows who feeds them. Hey? Can I pet you? No? No. She just doesn't. I was petting her the other day, but she just doesn't trust me enough. No. She's saying, don't irritate me when I'm eating. I know what it feels like. So, this is Arnie. So Lynn says, when you make a video, she says, talk into the camera. So I'm a man, and I can learn. But for me to do the job, I gotta turn my back to you for a few minutes. So bear with me. I can't talk directly in the phone when I'm working. So today, we're gonna pull that wall down. And we're going to set the wall up here with a creep pen right here in the front. And this is going to be a creep area for the lambs. And all the ewes are going to be in the back. And we're going to join the two ewe groups together. So right now, if you watch me, because I can't be looking at the camera when I do this job. I'm a man, I can learn. Hey girl. So that's it. This is not set up real good yet. I gotta put that milk bottle holder onto the main gate. I don't have a cordless drill with me. And eventually that feeder at the very back of the barn, we're gonna move it up and set it inside here too. And they'll have 3 feeders. The same as that Suffolk group over there only has 2 feeders. We're gonna bring another feeder in there and have 3 feeders in there too. But I did talk to you right in the face. I'm a man, I can learn. Lynn says I couldn't do it. That's how much confidence she has in me. That's the job done today.
Another thing that's breaking down the barriers for us is we took the night feeding away from these guys, and nobody looks like they're suffering. They got their morning feeding, and everybody's now eating at the creep feeder, so they're looking good. So by breaking down barriers, I mean removing all the things that have been making our life a lot more difficult on the farm, and bottle babies are one of them. Of course, you always want to make sure they're old enough and ready and eating feed before you do these things. But at this time of year, we're at the stage where all these barriers are starting to come down, and we're gonna shortly be back at just same old, where we just have maintenance to do, like maintaining the feed and making sure everyone's okay, but no additional work. Bottles are additional work, and as you can see, Arnie knocked down the barrier that divided these 2 groups up and joined them together. Joining the groups together also makes for way less work because the lambs are all fed up front instead of going back and forth, front and back. And it's just more consistent and easy to do it. Getting your jobs from multiple tasks to single tasks means you're on the road to getting back to the normal routines. Lambing takes a lot out on sheep farmers. Here's the ravens. I just heard them all making a lot of noise. Oh, see? Can you see a little baby there? Flapping its wings. We just gave her some bread. Oh, and that looks like maybe that was some bread that she's got up there in the nest. These guys eat everything. They eat placentas, rats, pigeon eggs, baby pigeons. I don't know if you've noticed in our coveralls, you don't see 10 tons of pigeons like you used to see. That's because the ravens are keeping a good lid on all the parasites around here. So I know in some countries ravens can be a problem, but they're definitely not a problem here. I'm suspecting that when they're going after lambs in the field and stuff, they're actually going for those placentas because they love the placentas. And if a lamb's sitting there maybe shivering to death, they're going to think it's dead or help it on its way and pick out eyes. Because if we ever have a dead sheep around here, they will immediately pick its eyes out. But we've never ever, in over 20 years, had them go after a live one. So it's interesting anyway. But we really like these ravens here. They nest here every year. I don't know how many babies are in there, but there's some there. There's little May, aka Mayhem. She actually sleeps in the feeder. She does pretty well everything in the feeder. I don't know why she does it. She has the world's best mom too, Angel. Next barrier for us that's going to be coming down is removing of the ewes. This Suffolk pen is going to be weaned, and that means we're going to take all the mums out. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. but very shortly. And all the lambs will be over here, so all the lambs will be fed along the main manger instead of having a creep area. Creep area is first step into separating the sheep. Gets the lambs used to being away from mom and being independent. Second step is getting rid of the mums. So everybody, you assess the sheep, you look at their age, and then you assess how well they're doing, see if there's any poor ones, and I don't see any poor ones. The time is nigh. And here's Arnie with the grinder mixer. This is where he has a whole bunch of the creep feed. And this is how quickly they're going through creep feed because he's got to fill this bin up again. And if you are big enough and can afford one of these old mixers, which we paid $2,000 for, but we feed a lot of creep feed, it's another way to reduce your costs because you avoid bagging fees.
Today's a big day. We're going to be taking the ewes away from these so-called lambs. And we're going to do it a different way this year because it's a little hard to separate them from the mothers. But I've been thinking about this for a few days. And we're going to show you how we're going to do it. And this little lamb here carries her lunch with her. Hey, what's for lunch? What's your lunch, Bob? What are you having for lunch? Look at the sheep, honey's got lunch on her.
Yeah, well, the first problem will be when we have the rams and the ewes in here, she could go in and get bread. If you watch, she'll be the first year to have a lamb.
Well, we'll pull her out then and go to the barn with her.
Sounds like on the other side they might follow it. I think someone on that side stuck under the feeder or something.
I will go and check, hon.
And here's Alexander again. Hi, Alexander. And if you look in the back there, that's one of the black and white ones. I only ever see 3 of them around. Alexander all the time, and the black and white one frequently, and there's a gray one. But those are the only 3 that we see. Okay, it's lamb races. We're going to take the mums out, and then you're going to really see some humdinger lamb races. And of course, May is in there. Oh, there's 2 white ones. I think May gets in and out, but maybe the other white one's just stuck in there. Which is another indicator that they're ready to wean, because they don't even need their mums anymore.
You would think in the UK, eh? How many sheep do you have in the UK?
I don't know.
Well, you know there's lambs.
Millions.
If their lambs ran like that whole island would probably be spinning around the circle.
Yeah, they love the lamb races.
Two white ones in there, actually.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
One. Anyways, we're gonna get them out this afternoon, so I got a brilliant idea.
Okay, right now getting ready to sort ewes and lambs out. So Arnie's rigging up something here. Not quite sure what he's doing, but we'll find out.
Just stand back a little then. Well, they see the water for one thing.
Gotta get all these lambs out of here and try and move them to the other barn, and then we're gonna bring all the ewes back. Next time we're gonna use the chute. The ewes over here to split them off. Now we ran all the lambs over here to split them off. Now we're going to take these ewes and run them all the way back so that everyone can be fed first cut hay together. Running them back was no problem because that's where they want to be. They don't want to be in a new barn. Up and they're all gonna go eat the creep now. And right now all the replacement ewes are coming back on this side. We're thinking half of these are sold right now, so shortly we'll be sorting through these and keeping just a few for ourselves, and the rest are going to the new home. Well, that was a busy day today. A little busier and a little bit more mayhem than we expected, but we got a lot done and everything's sorted, and I imagine it's going to be a really loud night tonight with all the screaming. The ones we took out earlier for weaning, they were a little older and were well on their way, but there were some younger ones in this group, so I imagine with that many in a group, there's going to be a lot of yelling tonight. Anyway, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed your time here. If you did, please be sure to join us again tomorrow. And now I have a little button in the corner here. It's a subscribe button. So if you haven't subscribed and press the notification button, that little one, apparently, if you press it, ding, you'll be subscribed. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Bye for now.